Welcome to the AIBC Startup Pitch. I'm extremely excited to be joined today by Timo Wolthof from CADChain. Timo, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing really great. We just got a lot of funding, so we're pretty happy.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's great news. And I know that we spoke about that before. We're going to come to that story. That is like breaking news. We're going to come to that story in a few minutes. But of course, in order to get there first, I've got to put you through the whole startup pitch process, which is 5 questions in 3 minutes. Are you up for this? Do you think that you can manage with this?
I think I can manage.
Excellent. So as I said, it is 5 questions in 3 minutes. And I'm going to start with the first question right now. Timo, what does your business do?
Now, as CADChain, we develop software that protects industrial design data. So the CAD files that are made when you design products or even spare parts, which is basically the majority of any product that you know, we protect these files when you are sharing them, collaborating, and making it easier to actually do that.
Okay, definitely going to be asking you about that, more about that. What difference can this make to the industry and beyond?
Well, since not, at the moment when you want to collaborate with a bigger party who's bigger than you, normally you go to 6 months of contracting. And of course, even with smaller parties, that can be 6 weeks, 4 weeks of contracting before you can actually start. Well, if we can make that faster, then everybody will have an advantage. That they don't have to wait for the contract signing, they can have better view about their liabilities, and they can collaborate easier. So if you want to switch from a different supplier to somebody else, that's going to be not a 6-month process anymore.
Fantastic, that's great news. So I was going to ask you what makes you different to everyone else in the market.
Well, basically, we are the only ones that are combining a legal solution with the technological solution. So if we combine blockchain as a standalone solution, it's only tracking stuff, and it'll give you some benefit of registration. But if without a legal background, with a legal backend that we are going to create, you have no substantiation for these data.
Gotcha, brilliant. Thank you so much. Where would you like to be in 2 years' time, Timo?
Probably on the beach, probably, but the company in 2 years' time will hope to be the standard for sharing CAD files, basically, whenever you are collaborating with external and maybe even internal parties.
Okay, great answer. Final question, you've got plenty of time for this one. Tell me something about yourself that not many people know.
Of course, it depends on what you think many, but in case the people in the audience are reflective of that, then I would say that I'm a ballroom dancer, and so I'm an athlete, and I've done that for since my 16th birthday at the moment, I think. So a long time. I'm still active as doing competitions, and I think that's something that really reflects on my work ethic as well. So I think that's really cool.
Timo, you are a ballroom dancer?
Yes.
That's amazing. I was not expecting that answer. Thank you so much. Those are your pitch questions. I want to come back and ask you a couple of questions. We're going to come to your breaking news in just a moment. But first up, thank you for the answers there. Can we go back to just the very first question? What does your business do? You've been talking about these CAD files. You've been talking about that in the context of crypto. Can you just expand on that just for me a little bit?
Yeah, so if you just take the manufacturing market, which is one of the biggest markets available in the world, we see that when you are actually collaborating with them, you have contracts and trade secrets, and you are relying on other forms of trust, basically, to be able to collaborate. What we want to do is make it impossible to use the files for anything else that you have gotten the rights for. We want to make sure that when you get a file that you have signed the right contract, and of course that all is managed through a system, so that you as an individual engineer do not need to track your client's contracts and know, okay, I can send file A to contract to client B, but I cannot send this file to this other client because we do not trust him. So that's something that at the moment is done manually. So the engineers are either sending parts of the design only or screenshots or something, and that can lead to various disastrous consequences, such as not being able to see the rest of the model.
Wow, brilliant. Well, listen, Timo, also, we spoke just before we started the pitch process. Tell me your good news as well, because you have a big smile on your face.
Yeah. So we have applied for government funding from the Netherlands, which is at the moment the location of our headquarters. And we actually received yesterday the confirmation that both our projects got awarded. So we have a 3D printing project and of course the foundation that we're building. So both projects got awarded, and yeah, we are very excited now to actually start developing and are looking also for pilot partners to test our solution out. So that's really interesting.
I am so thrilled for you. That is great news. And of course, we'll talk to you more about that in the future. But I'm so thrilled, and congratulations on that. Timo from CADChain, brilliant talking to you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for taking part in the AIBC Startup Pitch.
Thank you.